Welcome to Best Rides and Best Wrecks. Sit back and enjoy history-making rides from across the country. You'll not only see the fabulous rides on this tape, but also the fabulous wrecks. When you pit a 2,000-pound bull against a 150-pound cowboy, anything can happen.
Top stock, tough cowboys, and sheer intestinal fortitude. That's what it takes to be successful in the bull riding business. Howdy everyone, my name's Reed Flake, and for the next 40 minutes, I'll be your host for some of the best bull riding action you've ever seen, as we take a look at bull riding from the 1990s. We'll also take a look back at the 1970s at rodeo superstars Denny Flynn and Donnie Gay. Boy, was that wild. Some of it uncontrolled and most of it unpredictable. We leave the blooper series behind now and go to a series of rides that range from 80 points all the way up to 94 points. Take a deep seat and hang on. because this ain't no Sunday school class.
It's a series of 14 rides as we go from 80 points all the way up to 94. The place is Eugene, Oregon, the Cowboy Tough Hedeman of Bowie, Texas. It's the 4th of July weekend, a very important ride. It's Cowboy Christmas, as many cowboys call it, as it's an opportunity to win piles of money. Now watch this ride. The bull comes out, seems to fit Tough well. Tough, one of the taller bull riders in the business. He's long-bodied, makes this bull look pretty easy, a little bit rough on the dismount as he gets down to the ground, happy with a mark of 80 in Eugene, Oregon. Let's go now to the 81-point ride made by Michael Gaffney. This is in El Paso, Texas. Watch this bull. He does some belly rolls on him right there, kind of stays right in the chute gate, circles around to the right, kind of a big old Waller and hog, but Michael Gaffney makes it look like a day off as he scores 81 points to be 151 on 2 in El Paso. Let's go now to our 82-point ride. This is Gilbert Carrillo, El Paso, Texas, the hometown of the Cowboy. Butterfly is the name of the bull. The location, Fort Worth, Texas. Watch the Cowboy. The bull, 2,000 pounds. The Cowboy, 150 pounds soaking wet. This bull fits him well as he spins away from his hand. Nice ride right here as he sits up proud and tall right in the middle of him. A little bit tough on the dismount here as well, but he gets up and walks away with a nice score, 82 points for Gilbert Carrillo. Here's Aaron Seamus now from Auburn, California, as we go back once again to El Paso, Texas, the location. Watch the bull. A big kick out of the chute, comes around to the right, away from his hand, bucks straight away, back to the left. Aaron kind of hanging and rattling off on the side, and again, a little rocky on the dismount, but good enough for a mark of 83 in El Paso, Texas. Watch it again here in slow motion. Now there's the big kick right there, up high over Aaron's head, and then the bull gets a little bit flat right here as he comes back around to the right. Using that upper body and that free hand to stay in the middle of the bull, he makes it look pretty easy for 83 points. Bull bows him down right there, and the whistle came none too soon for Aaron Seamus as he lands on his head and walks away with a mark of 83. It's an 84-point ride that we're going to show you next, as it's Terry Don West of Henrietta, Oklahoma. 8-Ball is the name of the bull here. The bull a little bit tough to get out on as Benny Butler moves in and tries to make the bull stand. Now look at this. The bull stays right in the chute gate. It looks like he's just pogo jumping off of all 4 feet. He's a tough bull to ride, but good enough for an 84-point ride made by Terry Don West. The location here is Fort Worth, Texas, as we watch this ride once again in slow motion. Now look at this bull, hitting on all 4 feet, exploding back into the air, circling around to the right, into Terry Don's hand, all the way through the ride. We go next to the mark of 85 as we look to Jaime Mataska, Wichita Falls, Texas, the hometown of this Cowboy. Here's a little tougher bull to ride. He bucks out, comes around to the left, back around to the right, then straight away down the chute line. And as Jaime Mataska jumps off, it'll be a mark of 85. Now look at this big jump right here. Just about got Jaime right there as he had to move his Wrangler pockets back into the center of the bull. The bull kind of stalls out a little bit right there, takes a look at everybody on the back of the chute, and then bucks all the way down the chute line. It's an 85-point ride for Jaime Mataska. We go next to the mark of 86 for Mark Kane of Atoka, Oklahoma. Boot Hill is the name of the bull here. Watch this. Nice spin to the right. It's away from his hand, but it seems to fit him well. It looks like he's just sitting in the middle of it, right in the eye of the tornado here. Here's that whistle, reaches down and pulls the tail of that rope. Mighty happy with a mark of 86 on this ride. Watch it again. Bull comes out, spins hard to the right. It's away from his hand. He rides with his left hand right here, using the upper body and the free hand to stay in the middle of this bull. Once again, it looks like he's sitting right in the eye of a tornado right here as he makes it look pretty easy for an 86-point ride made by Mark Kane. Here's our 87-point ride as we look to Jed Ward. Phantom is the name of the bull that he has drawn. This is on a Friday night, as you can see here. This bull a little bit tough to ride. Now, most cowboys would have bucked off of that bull at about 4 seconds. Jed Ward weathers the storm for an 87-point ride. Mighty happy with the effort there. It's an 88-point ride that we're going to look at next as we look to rodeo superstar Ty Murray from Stephenville, Texas. Salty Dog is the name of the bull that he has drawn at the Fort Worth, Texas bull riding. This bull is tough to ride. Back and forth, left and right, then goes into a right-handed spin. Ty Murray hears the whistle, reaches down and grabs that rope, looking for a safe place to get off as the bullfighters move in to help him out. Now look at this. The bull's ducking and diving, deciding if he's going to go to the right or if he's going to go to the left. Ty got back off of the rope a little bit right there, pulls himself back up and stays in good shape throughout the continuation of the ride right here. And again, an 88-point ride made by Ty Murray of Stephenville, Texas. $89 points is the next ride that we're going to show you. This one, once again, made by Ty Murray. Skull's Top Gun is the name of the bull that this Stephenville, Texas cowboy has drawn. Always a little bit tough to ride a bull like this as he comes out, almost throwing himself into that left-hand spin, then comes back to the right. A tough bull to ride right here, but Ty Murray makes it look mighty easy for 89 points. Once again, the location, Fort Worth, Texas, as we watch it again. Now look at this bull as he explodes out of the chute. He's not only spinning to the left, but he's kind of flinging himself to the left as he makes that spin. And then right here, a little change-up as he comes back around to the right. Ty Murray makes the change-up well, stays in the middle of the bull. And a nice 89-point ride made by Ty Murray. We're going to show you what it looks like to make a 90-point ride now as we go from 90 on up through 94. Our cowboy that we're looking at is Adam Carrillo from El Paso, Texas. This is at the Texas-Oklahoma Showdown. A tough bull to ride right here. It looks like he's almost jointed in the middle as he's swinging that head and swinging his back end as well. Mighty happy that the 8-second whistle came when it did. Slings his hat into the air. Now watch this ride right here. A tough bull to ride. That's what a 90-point ride looks like. Made at the Texas-Oklahoma Showdown. From 90, we go to the mark of 91 as we're looking at the gloved hand right now of our next cowboy. This is Jim Sharp. Kermit, Texas. Copenhagen Chainsaw is the bull that he's drawn. He makes final preparations. He wants to make sure that everything is just right before he nods for this bull. A tough one to ride. Fingers down. Thumb pulled around, everything just right as he pulls his hat down, slides up on the rope. That's where he wants to stay for the 8-second duration of the ride. Bull out into a left-handed spin, fits his riding style very well right here. Jim's really able to show his style off on this bull as the bull spins into his hand, able to use that outside right foot a little bit to get a little spur in action, possibly a few more extra points as we look to a mark of 91 made by Jim Sharp of Texas. Watch it again. As you can see right here, this ride, this bull, everything suited perfectly for Jim Sharp right here. You can see that he's totally in control of the ride right here as he uses that outside leg. Nice upper body movement. Free hand keeping him in the middle of the bull. A 91-point ride by Jim Sharp of Texas. As we continue to count them down, it's a 92-point ride made by Tough Hedeman of Bowie, Texas. Skull's Top Gun is the bull here. He as well takes those final wraps, gets everything just right before he makes this 92-point ride on this bull. The location here as well is Fort Worth, Texas, the historic Cowtown Coliseum. As the bull comes out, he is spinning into his hand. It's a left-handed spin here. And once again, Tough Hedeman makes it look mighty easy right here as he gets down to the ground, happy with a score of 92 as he tips his hat to the crowd here at the Fort Worth Cowtown Coliseum. Watch this, sliding over, trying to stay in the middle of that bull. Bull spinning into his hand. Tough has always been very distinct in his riding pattern, and he makes it look easy right here at the Fort Worth Cowtown Coliseum. It's next to 93-point ride as we have 2 to go in our countdown from 80 to 94. Terry Don West, once again, the cowboy from Henrietta, Oklahoma. We are in Eugene, Oregon, the 4th of July, as he looks like he rocked back off of that bull rope just a little bit, recovers well right here, then gets in a little bit of a storm right at the end of the bull ride, but good enough to make a mark of 93 here on a 4th of July weekend. Watch it again. Terry Don West just about in trouble. Bull comes out doing everything that he can to get Terry Don West off of his back. Terry Don is in good shape right there. Now right there he rocks a little bit to the inside, pulls himself back to the center, gets down inside again on that jump, but it turns out well for Terry Don West with a mark of 93. Here's our final ride now as we recap from 80 to 94. Let's watch Ty Murray of Stephenville. Mighty Whitey is the bull. Once again, we are in Fort Worth, Texas at the historic Cowtown Coliseum. This is a very tough bull to ride. Mighty Whitey circles around to the left right here. It's away from Ty Murray's riding hand. He hears that whistle, pulls his hand out of the bull rope and bails out of there. 94 points, that's what it looks like, made by a champion. Now as we watch this ride in slow motion, he gets a little bit of air between his Wrangler pockets in the back of the bull, but then pulls himself back down. This bull doing everything that he can to get him off, continues to spin to the left right there. Ty Murray makes it look easy, he makes it look nice. 94 points as he pulls his hand out of that bull rope and bails out of there here at the Fort Worth Cowtown Coliseum. We're going to take a look back right now at bull riding from the decades of the 1970s. You know, no history book would be complete in the bull riding situation until we first talk about the 2 bull riding superstars that dominated the sport back in the 1970s, Denny Flynn and Donnie Gay. Inducted into the Pro Rodeo Hall of Fame in 1979 was 8-time world champion Donnie Gay. Here's the situation. It's 1977, the last go of the National Finals Rodeo. Donnie Gay has drawn bull 13 bar, owned by Tommy Steiner, and on this ride he scores 77 points in the final hour of the 1977 National Finals Rodeo. As Donnie dismounts here, picks up his Resist All hat, a little congratulations from Jim Shoulders. He is thinking at this point that he has won the title for 1977. As we watch the ride back in slow motion, a nice ride made by Don Gay. Some money chops right there, as he calls them, as he goes to stick in the bull. The bull really goes to leaping high, and Donnie is really able to show off his style and his effort right here at the final go-round. As the scores come in and they're added and tabulated, it is decided that he has tied at this point with Randy Majors. In 1977, it was a sudden death situation, so a ride-off match was set up between Randy Majors and Don Gay. Here on bull number 67 of Benny Butler's, Randy Majors bucks off. It's all left up now to Donnie Gay. High Top of Dale Halls is the name of the bull that he has drawn. The bull didn't have too good of a day. Usually comes out and turns back to the left, and as you can see right here, takes a couple of hops, skips, and jumps across the arena before he turns to the left. Donnie shakes, rattles, and hangs on the side, but it's enough to win the world title. As we continue on with NFR action from the 1970s, we're going to go now to one of the most famous bulls to this point in time. His name is Oscar. Donnie Gay, once again, the cowboy, has drawn the bull. He's ridden him 2 times previously. He has bucked off of him 3 times before. So it's a nice matchup here. And look at this dismount right here. As we watch the ride in slow motion, the bull is into Donnie's hand. Fits him well. The bull's kind of tough to ride. Comes around. Now watch the dismount right here. As the bull comes over, Neil Gay, his dad, steps up on the fence. Don Gay bucks off and wham, kicks him right in the head. We're going to go now to Clem McSpadden as he talks us through the ride with Don Gay on red
this bull. He knows he has to ride him to have a chance to win the world's title. And the bull comes back, and Don Gay is tapped off of him. The crowd is going wild. And let's see.
It's all right for the judges. Joe Kelsey says it's all right.
I did not hear the whistle for the crowd. The crowd says, yes, he rode him. And we have an unbelievable 48 on one side, and we might have just seen a 48, 46, 94 points. That will be the highest marked ride ever at the National Finals.
The year was 1976. The bull red one of Joe Kelsey's. What the crowd didn't realize at this time at this year's National Finals was that they were about to see a history-making ride. 94 points was the mark given to Don Gay, combined with Red One, for the effort here at the National Finals. The year was 1975 as we talk next about Denny Flynn from Springdale, Arkansas at that time. As we watch here at the National Finals, number 64, the number on Denny Flynn's back as he makes a nice ride on this little Bolly bull. Now look at this bull spinning into his hand. He's spinning to the right, kind of straightens back out again. Look at the upper body movement right there, the free arm action. Denny Flynn knows that he has that bull mastered. He receives a nice score. A little congratulations there from one of his partners, Donnie Gay. As we watch it back again in slow motion, let's see what type of a ride he makes, and let's analyze the ride that this bull riding superstar makes at this year's National Finals. Now he rides back on his arm just a little bit more than was the style in those days. Look at that upper body, and look at the free arm as he gets it out over the top of his head, trying to stay in the middle of this bull. This bull's trying to pull him to the outside, and he keeps hustling over, keeping his mind in the middle, his legs down both sides. And Denny Flynn makes a phenomenal ride right here on a tough bull to ride. Pulls his hand out of the rope and bails out of there, and a nice ride made by Denny Flynn. General Ismo was the name of the bull, former Buck and Bull of the Year in 1977 as we watch Denny Flynn on this ride. Now look at this. This bull is going away from his hand. Look at the upper body movement, the hustle as he brings that free arm across the center point of the bull, trying to stay up on top of that bull, not get down inside. 43 points on one side. We're looking at a total here of 81 points, good enough to win the round for Denny Flynn at the National Finals that year. Watch it again here in slow motion. There's where the free arm breaks over the center, trying to stay out of the well, they call it, as you get down inside there in the center. He pulls the tail of that rope and steps off with a nice 81-point ride made by Denny Flynn. Again, it's the National Finals Rodeo. The bull is Red Lightning. What you're about to see here is a 90-point ride made by Denny Flynn. Now look at this. We're going to watch it back again in slow motion. The whistle came just in time as Denny Flynn bails out of there. Of course, the crowd ecstatic with this 90-point ride. Now watch right here. He gets back on his arm right there, pulls himself back up over center, using that outside leg. A lot of free arm movement right there. And a nice ride made by Denny Flynn. Now watch this ride. This is a tough little bull to ride, a little Hereford white-faced bull. He looks like somebody's reject show calf, but I'll guarantee you he's a tough bull to ride or he wouldn't be at the National Finals. Look at all the movements that the bull makes. Right here, he comes, he's coming across to the right, back to the left, comes completely around to the left. Denny makes a nice move right there as he gets back in position. See that leg come up? Makes a nice ride. A lot of guys would have bucked off of this wiry little bull, but Denny Flynn makes it look pretty easy. As we continue to write bull riding history, we travel along the trail and stop at one of the favorite spots for bull riders as well as bull riding fans. It's the Tough Hedeman Championship Challenge in Fort Worth, Texas. Amid the lights and smoke inside of the Will Rogers Memorial Coliseum emerge the superstars in the bull riding world. In this event, we highlight 1995 and 1997 as we show you the top 3 average placers from both years. When the dust settled at the 1995 Tough Hedeman Championship Challenge in Fort Worth, Texas, we see at the top of the leaderboard the champion of the event, Gilbert Carrillo, with 336 on forehead ridden. Second place is Cody Custer, and Jim Sharp is in third. Those are the 3 cowboys that we're going to highlight in this section. We start off first with Gilbert Carrillo, bull number 1 at the Tough Hedeman Championship Challenge. A nice little bull that fits him well, as you can see here. The bull comes out, goes into a left-handed spin. Gilbert Carrillo has this bull rode all the way through the ride, no questions asked. Watch it again in slow motion. He owns this bull from the beginning. Right there as the bull goes into that left-handed spin, Gilbert is in total control right here. Stand right in the middle of the bull's back, up close on the bull rope. I mean, this is a picture-perfect ride right here, and good enough for an 88-point score for Gilbert Carrillo. Let's go to bull number 2 now for the little Stephenville, Texas cowboy. Piranha, the name of the buck and bull. Another picture-perfect ride right here for Gilbert Carrillo. This bull, kind of a big waller and hog, tries to get him off as he comes out, goes back and forth, some change-ups there throughout the bull ride. Gets off against the buck and shoot, and out of the way as the bullfighters move in. Nice effort there by Gilbert Carrillo on bull number 2. As the scores come up, it's 83, 171 on 2. Puts him in charge and living large at the Tough Hedeman Championship Challenge. Bugsy, the name of the bull for bull number 3, as Gilbert Carrillo once again shows us his championship style right here. This bull comes out, goes into a left-handed spin, and really showcases the way that Gilbert Carrillo can ride. Pulls the tail of that rope, bails out of there, hands in the air, knows that he is right now in the lead for the title here at the Tough Hedeman Championship Challenge. It's down to the final bull. Gilbert Carrillo has got to ride. Red Wildman, the name of this bull. This is a big, stout bull with a lot of power. Comes out, goes into the left-hand spin that Gilbert is so accustomed to throughout the course of this bull riding. And then Gilbert takes a little bit of a hook and pushes him down, and underneath the out gate, he gets up and is the champion here at the Tough Hedeman Championship Challenge. We'll go to second place right now. Cody Custer is our cowboy. What a tough cowboy here. Cody Custer out of Wickenburg, Arizona. Now look at this bull. Pretty kicky in the back end. He goes into a right-handed spin right here. This bull seems to fit Cody very well. Gets off tilt just a little bit right there at the end of the ride, and as he gets out of there, it'll be a mark of 82 for his first bull here at the Tough Hedeman Championship Challenge. We're going to go now to the bull that they called the Oblo for bull number 2 for the Wickenburg cowboy. Has come up through the ranks of high school, college, rodeo. What a great talent right here. Watch this. This bull is into another right-handed spin. This bull fits him well, a little change up right there, back across to the left, and then buck straight away down the buck and shoot row. Cody just looking for a place to get off right here, and it'll be a mark of 85 for Cody Custer. Bud Light, the name of the bull that he's drawn here in round number 3. This bull a little bit tough to get out on here in the chute, as you can see on the back of the chute. Everybody holding on to him in case that bull rears up in the back end, tries to throw him down. Let's see what happens when the gate opens. The bull explodes, comes out. Tough bull to ride right here. Boy, Cody is sticking it to him right here. You couldn't ask for a better bull ride than what you're seeing right here made by Cody Custer. Whistle blows just in time. Cody bails off, and it's an 86-point ride for the Wickenburg, Arizona cowboy. Third place at the 1995 Tough Hedeman Championship Challenge went to this man, Razor Jim Sharp from Stephenville, Texas. You're going to see why they call this man Razor Jim Sharp. He was the first man in history to ride all 10 at the National Finals Rodeo. And showing us his style right here. Makes a nice ride on a tough bull. Let's watch it again in slow motion. Big lumber and jump right there. The bull comes out, acts like he's going to turn to the left, goes into that left-hand spin. Look at how he's kicking out in the back end right there. Lots of drop in this bull. Jim's got him rode from this point on. He is right in the middle of him and right where he wants to be. Good upper body movement. Look at that free arm working. It's going to be an 86-point ride for Jim Sharp. Cripple Creek is the name that they call this bull. This bull is a big, stout bull with a lot of power. Comes out, lots of drop in the front end. Couple of change-ups in him right there halfway into the ride, and Jim hears that whistle. Bails off and says 80 points is good enough. We're going to be 166 on 2 of them for Jim. Babyface, the third bull that Jim Sharp had drawn here at the Tough Hedeman Championship Challenge. This bull's big and stout, comes out, goes into that right-handed spin. Acted like he was going to change up right there, and then does a jump later. And Jim off right after that 8-second whistle. Looks like it was good enough to get the points here on this ride as we watch it again in slow motion. 87 points is the mark for the effort. The bull tries to get him off tilt right there. Jim's got good upper body control, gets himself back over in the center. Look at that left leg, using it for a few sticks right there. Nice ride. We go to 1997 now, and we see at the top of the leaderboard Brian Herman, 259 on 3. Right behind him is Mark Kane, and then from Animas, New Mexico, Josh O'Byrne finished third at the 1997 Tough Hedeman Championship Challenge. Brian Herman, our first cowboy that we showcase here in this section, as we watch and see what happens. making sure that everything is just right. His final wraps, his final preparations inside the buck and chute. Explosion as soon as that gate opens up. A big jump to start things off, and then this bull doesn't stop until he hears that 8-second whistle. Brian Herman, he goes all the way as well. What a nice ride. An 81-point ride for Brian Herman. What an effort made by this cowboy. Victoria, Texas, the hometown of the cowboy. Wild Thing, the name of the bull that he's drawn in round number 2. Trying to build 2 and add to that first score that he received in the first go-round. Let's see what he gets done here in round number 2. On his way to the championship here at the Tough Hedeman Challenge. Bull comes out, goes to the left, then circles back around to the right. Fits Brian very well. The style and the ability of this young cowboy is phenomenal. And for Brian Herman on this ride, good enough to put him in the lead on 2 as we watch it back in slow motion. Look at the big jump right there. Tried to tilt him off out over the front. We're looking at 87 points on the ride, 168 on 2 for Brian Herman. You talk about a lot of power in a bull right there. Another big jump, lots of drop in the front end here. Brian Herman makes it look easy. Bull number 3 and the final bull that Brian needs for his victory here. Promised Land is the name of the bull that Brian has drawn. Another rank eliminator bull right here. Comes out, goes into that left-hand spin, then kind of smooths out a little bit. It was pretty tough at the beginning of the ride for Brian. And then once he got in the pattern and the bull smoothed out, he had the bull rode all the way. Watch it again. Big stout move right there. The bull tries to move Brian out over the side and out of the way. A 91-point ride, 259 on 3. Now the bull kind of smooths out right here and gets a little bit easier to ride. Brian's tapped off and has got the bull rode. Brian Herman, the champion at the 1997 Tough Hedeman Championship Challenge in Fort Worth, Texas. We're going to go right now to Mark Kane, the cowboy that was the runner-up at the 1997 Tough Hedeman Championship Challenge, as he gets set to go on bull number 1 in the first go-round. Look at this, a little bull with a lot of power. He's stout even though he's little. A lot of change-ups here, and Mark Kane has got this bull rode all the way. The bull finally flattens out, gets into a set pattern right at the end of the ride. The bullfighters move in to get the bull away from Mark Kane. Man, what a ride. 83 points for the cowboy from Atoka, Oklahoma. In the second go-round, Cowtown Jr. was the name of the bull that Mark had drawn. Knew that he needed to ride tough. He needed to cowboy up. This was going to be a tough bull for him to get by. The bull comes out, makes those couple of spins to the right, and then bucks straight away. And with an 81-point ride, Mark is 164 on a pair of them to solidify his position for second place here at this year's event. Ram Tough, the name of the bull that Mark has drawn in go-round number 3. The Ram Tough bulls, always tough to ride. This bull comes out, comes around to the right. Mark Kane sticking him and jabbing him and gouging him for an 89-point effort. Good enough for 253 on 3 of them to win second place at the Tough Hedeman Championship Challenge. Josh O'Byrne will be our next cowboy that we highlight. Here's a young man from Animas, New Mexico that has been to the Turquoise Circuit Finals a good number of years. A great deal of effort right here for this cowboy. What a great young man and what a great bull ride for Josh O'Byrne out of Animas. 86 points on the effort. Look at the move right there that the bull made. Josh O'Byrne sits right in the middle of him, uses that upper body to keep him over. Bull trying to whip him down to the outside as he gets him right there just after the whistle. Good enough for a mark in the first go-round. It's Crossroads 2, the name of the bull in the second go-round for our Animas, New Mexico cowboy. This bull comes out, comes back around to the left, straightens out, makes another hop around to the left, and right there we hear the whistle just in time for Josh O'Byrne as the bull whips him down to the ground, and it's an 80-point ride, 166 on a pair of them for Josh O'Byrne. In the third go-round, Josh O'Byrne had drawn Gladiator. Needed to ride this bull to win himself a big paycheck. As the bull comes around, he's a tough one to ride. Unlike the other two bulls that Josh had rode, this bull had an entirely different bucking pattern. The bull tries to suck back under him. Now this was good enough for a third place finish and a big paycheck here at the Tough Hedeman Championship Challenge. Look at that right there. The bull tries to whip him down. 85 points, 251 on 3.
From one extreme to the next, we go from the best rides that we've just shown you to the best wrecks that we're going to show you right now. So get out your bottle of aspirin, a heating pad, and an ace bandage, because some of these hurt.
Folks, we call them best wrecks, and you'll see why at the end of this segment. Now, in every situation, the bullfighters risk life and limb to move in and protect the cowboy. Let's watch here with our first bull ride. This is in Fort Worth, Texas. A tough situation to be in right here. This bull's circling around and gets the cowboy down, hung off on the side. He's lost his footing. Now, the important thing to remember when you're hung up on a bull ride, if you can remember, if you have consciousness, is to stay to your feet. A tough situation right here as the cowboy gets whipped down, then gets stepped on by the bull, was never able to regain his feet underneath him. Look at the bullfighters move in. Look at the bullfighters in there to protect life and limb of the cowboy, risking life and limb of themselves. Joe Bumgardner right there taking a hooking and a beating. Every one of these bullfighters doing all that they can to move in and save the fallen cowboy. This is every saddle bronc rider's nightmare. In Gallup, New Mexico, this saddle bronc rider's ride comes to an end before the chute gate is even opened as the horse rears around, gets over on top of him. The chute gate is opened to save the life of the cowboy. Once again in Fort Worth, Texas at the Tough Hedeman Championship Challenge, this cowboy's feet come out from behind him. He takes a hooking right there, and luckily his hand comes out of the bull rope before any injury is sustained. This bull has got a lot of power and a lot of strength at Ellensburg, Washington, as it whips this cowboy down on top of him. He spins around, goes over the bull. That has got to hurt on your hand. Oh! Look at this. These bullfighters are taking a hooking. Lloyd Ketchum and Dwayne Hargo, two of the best in the business, move in to save the cowboy. Here's a tough situation to be in. This bull is spinning so fast and so hard to the left that it literally spins this cowboy right down in the well. Once he gets down in the well, he tries to stay to his feet, but his right leg, his spur, hung on the back of the bull, and he was not able to keep his feet under him. Tough situation to be in right here. But the bullfighters move in and try to help the cowboy out. He gets up and walks away from it. In Eugene, Oregon at the 4th of July Rodeo, this cowboy is going to feel this one in the morning. Now watch his right arm as he goes to get up. Oh, that has got to hurt. He'll feel that one for a couple of days to come. Here's another wreck. Now this cowboy's doing the best thing that he can do. He's trying to stay to his feet. Look at that. He's got his right arm over the neck of the bull, trying to get a hold so that he can stay up onto his feet so that the bullfighters can move in and try to get his hand out. Greg Roomer right there, trying to get the tail of the rope and pull it. He gets knocked out of there, and all's well that ends well. On this wreck, the cowboy thought that he had the ride completed. He thought that everything was okay in Reno, Nevada. Watch it again. He bucks off right there. The bull turns on him. Leon Coffey jumps over him. Rob Smets and the cowboy take a hooking and a beating on this one. In El Paso, Texas, Adam Carrillo made a successful ride in front of a hometown crowd. At the completion of the ride, the bull had a little extra for him as he tried to hook him over the out gate. Let's watch it again in slow motion. Now watch the guy behind the out gate. He, as well as Adam, thought that he was going completely over the gate. This is every cowboy's nightmare, a bull that spins so hard that he pulls you down in the well. Notice our bull rider trying to get his free arm over and stay out on top of the bull. He gets right down in the middle of him, hangs up, and then takes a hooking and a beating before his arm and his hand come out of the bull rope. Let's watch that one again. Bull turning hard to the right, cowboy down in the well, spins himself completely into the ground and then hung up as the bullfighters move in to save his life. Look at this bull, sucks right back under himself, jerks the cowboy down on top of him, and then the cowboy collides his face with the bull's head. Not only once, but twice. Bull riders are not the only ones that take a little hooking once in a while. Here in Ellensburg, Washington, Lloyd Ketchum, during one of the Wrangler bullfight competitions, lost his footing, got down to the ground. The bull mauled him around before Rowdy Berry and Hollywood Yates moved in to direct the attention of the bull away from their fallen comrade. As the bull hooks him and beats him right here, he gets Lloyd Ketchum to the ground. Lloyd tries to regain his feet several times, but the little bull, pretty wiry, right on top of him and working him over. That right there is what friendship is all about. In Ellensburg, Washington, this cowboy thought that he was going to win the go-round check. Instead, he won a ride to the hospital. Wham! Bam! No thank you, ma'am. This little hang-up and wreck could have been worse than it actually was. After the cowboy hangs up and takes a little bit of a hook and ride here, the bull just kind of mauls him around and the bullfighters move in as the cowboy gets up and runs to safety. As we watch right here, the bull comes out, circles around to the right, gets the cowboy down off of him in the well, hooks him around, and then goes to working on him right here. This cowboy mighty happy that there was two bullfighters here with baggy pants and grease paint to get the bull away from him. Here's another Wrangler bullfight underway as this cowboy takes a hook and knocks his pants right off of him and kind of dazes him and shakes him just a little bit. He'll get up and walk away from it. Out of control right there with the fight as the bull gets the best of him in the barrel and then knocks him to the ground. He takes a little hooking and a little beating right there in the back, turns him completely over, and gets up and walks away from it. At McGee Park in Farmington, New Mexico, this cowboy had different ideas on a Saturday afternoon than to be hung to the back of a 2,000-pound animal. Let's watch that one again in slow motion. The cowboy hangs up, tries to stay to his feet. That's the important thing when you hang up. The bullfighters move in. They're trying to grab the tail of the rope. Now watch this right here. An unsuspecting bullfighter gets hooked once, comes back for a little more of it, gets hooked twice, up in the air, comes down, and the momentum of his body weight pulls the bull rider out of the bull rope. Folks, we leave you with this final wreck on Best Rides and Best Wrecks, and we want to thank you for being a part of the action here. From all of us to all of you, this is Reed Flake saying, happy trails. This cowboy will ride again.